Music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real music. Yeah, I got some real music to talk about today, which is cool, and doing it in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. So I found a song that's really good, and I'm going to talk about it. Before I do that, if you could buy me a coffee, that's great. If not, I understand. There's also Patreon, YouTube memberships, and PJ Rock super chats. If you like the content here and want me to keep going, people always say, hey, man, I know you're bummed out about something and discouraged. It's when I get all cranky in the videos. People tend to send me messages like that. But they say, hey, keep going. So I'm going, but I do need your support. So think about the occasional coffee. I'm not begging, I'm just asking nicely. Now, former Great White and Jack Russell's Great White have, the members have formed a new band called Once Bitten, which I think is a great idea. And it's a great name. Of course, it's named after their biggest hit song, um, part of it. So they have a new single, and this song is killer, folks. It's killer. It's like the best song I've heard this year. Well, the new 38 special, first single, I thought was really good, but I like this a lot. Once Bitten, the new band featuring past members of Great White, which includes Tony Montana from the multi platinum era and co writer of some of their biggest hits, and powerhouse vocalist and former Great White member Andrew Freeman. Andrew Freeman is a beast. Like, he's a secret weapon for whoever gets to have him as their singer. He is amazing. And they've got longtime members of the Jack Russell Band, or his version of Great White, Robbie Lochner, Dan McNay, and Ken Mary. And the song is called Rockin' Like the 80's, people. Yeah, the decade of decadence, the best decade for music, hands down, right? He said while people are in the background saying, no way. Anyway, Once Bitten says, Rockin' Like the 80's is our tribute to the era we grew up in, the time when Great White was at its peak. It's packed with sounds, the energy, and the vibe of that decade. It is. You got to go listen to this track. I will put a link and you can go find it. Most importantly, it's dedicated to you, our friends and family who've stood by us through Jack Russell's Great White and now with Once Bitten. So basically, this band has morphed into Once Bitten. And the rebranding, by the way, based on the band's history, I think is really smart because people still will say, okay, Once Bitten, that's sounds like Great White. They'll know right away. And it's not Great White, which I think in some ways is good. It just based on the whole station nightclub thing. And I don't know, the band over the years having, two bands that are out there. I guess the other Great White might still be out there, but I think this is a good idea. So in a video update, Freeman said about the song, Tony Montana wrote this awesome song. I tracked vocals for it. It's a fun song. Fun, folks. Can you believe that? I know. Nobody wants to have fun. It's trying to bridge the gap between the 80's generation and today. Well, good luck, but I think it's a great idea. Tony wrote the whole thing, and it's brilliant. Tony and Robbie Lochner, I think, gets an honorable mention. I know he did something on it as far as writing is concerned. Regarding the band's future, this is pretty cool. Basically, Once Bitten is Jack Russell's Great White with me singing. So the guys that played with Jack all those years are in the band, and we were doing some shows, and we're still doing some shows, and we're writing songs because why not? Because they don't want to stop, and I don't blame them. So we're making music because that's what we do. I like his attitude. That's what we do. Why do you make videos, Dave? Because that's what I do. And we weren't blessed with a brand name where we could just go out and do whatever we wanted. So that's a good, see, the branding. But we can do whatever we want, and we are. So really smart branding here, calling the thing Once Bitten and leading off with a song that would probably go top 10 if it were the 1980s, but it's not. So it's all word of mouth, and we have to share this stuff with one another. I, again, will put a link in the description of this video so you can check out the song. I typically don't do videos about like one song that I hear because people, they're scatterbrained and they're just not going to watch it. They want controversy. They want me to talk about whatever. And because I'm kind of all over the place, people don't know what I'm going to talk about. Some people say, stick to the music. Other people say, yeah, I like it when you get political. I hate when you talk about Jesus, though. That's the worst. So, anyway, Jesus loves you, by the way. Um, I know. I mean, look, I get it. Some people don't like the whole faith idea. And I'm still going to stick to my guns with the faith because without Jesus, we have no hope. All right. This music will give you a little hope about the 80s, and maybe there'll be a music revival of some sort. You know, there should be a Christian revival, and maybe there'll be an 80s music revival, but I wouldn't hold your breath. But this is really good. Check it out. Thanks for watching. God bless everyone. Again, folks, don't forget about the coffee because I'm a heavy user. I really need to cut back, and I'm working on it. I may have to go to like Coffee Drinkers Anonymous or something to cut back, and it's getting out of control.